Trevs Hockey Show. I'm the Trev. It's too sweet. Anyway, last division. There's the original prediction video. Going over the Pacific Division, and depending on who you ask, depending on the year, sometimes it's the weakest division in the league. And, well, really, I don't think this year is too different, but let's get into it. So if you just want the refresher, instead of watching the original video, my predictions went a bit like this. Pick them to finish last. And this is how it all went. So of all that, I got one right, and that was LA. I guess that could be a reflection on the division itself or my prediction skills, but either way, let's dive right in. Now keep in mind, I will do a separate video for Seattle as far as their regular season is concerned, and I mean, as I've told everybody who cares to talk to me about it, it's an expansion year. You can't expect what happened in Vegas to happen in Seattle as well. I mean, a lot of GMs got smart, and hopefully Francis is smarter, and he can build this team into something really, really good. And while I did pick Anaheim to finish last overall, if it weren't for Seattle, they would have definitely finished last in the division. But it'll be exciting in Anaheim fairly soon with Zegras, with Drysdale, with Manson. It's going to be a fun time to watch the Ducks. I hope. I'm sure glad they got the hurdle business solved. I'm sure glad they got rid of the distraction that was Evander Kane, which caused how many people on that team to say, if he's there, I'm not coming. Now, hopefully, they can get back to actually building themselves as a contending team again, because I like watching San Jose when they're competitive. I'm not going to lie, I thought that regular season push by the Canucks near the end would be enough to get them in the playoffs, but it would be interesting to see what happens from this point on for Vancouver. I mean, is Boudreau going to come back? Does he feel confident enough to guide the Canucks to a playoff seat next season? We'll see. I mean, it's a young team, but they will run into some problems as to who to keep, who to let go, and hopefully they don't come out too scathed by it. It's the first time in franchise history Vegas missed the playoffs. And where do you begin? Do you blame the injury bug, like so many teams do? Do you blame the hype that is Jack Eichel and how much salary cap hell they've put themselves in now? Big things are going to happen in Vegas, and it might not be for the best, but the first time in 5 years in their entire team history, they've missed the playoffs. And they did say they wanted the cup in 6. That's not looking so good. LA's on the right track. They're definitely on the right track. They've got Byfield and Peterson in the net, and it's just going to get really good for LA. They'll just build on that. I mean, will it be enough to get them in the first in the division? Hard to say, but it's good to see LA putting out a competitive team again. How they're going to fill the void by Dustin Brown after he retires, I don't know. But it's in the long run, it gives them more opportunity to dig into the farm and bring up more guys. I remember what I was saying about Colorado in the Central Division video. When is it going to be their year? They've got 2 of the most dynamic players in the league on their team right now. They've got a 3-time Cup champ on defense, which is supposed to be the fix-all problem. I mean, goaltending is still questionable between Mike Smith and Mikko Koskinen. But when are they going to start winning? Because right now, if you're an Oilers fan, you got to feel like you're only being sold a bill of goods. 3 40-goal scorers on the Flames this year. 200-point guys. That's pretty darn good. It's also a contract year for Gaudreau, so I mean, how much that plays into the situation, I don't know. But if they can come together and gel over the next month or so, they could be on a very deep run. And hopefully, I know Gaudreau's a free agent, like I said at the end of the year. Hopefully, they can move everything they have to move to keep Gaudreau. Because if you split this team apart and lose Gaudreau to free agency, it's going to be so bad. But it's going to be fun to watch the Flames in the playoffs this season. So again, depending on who you ask, depending on which expert tells you, this is supposed to be the weakest division in the league. And I don't know, the top 5 tells you a different story. Very competitive for the 5 spots. And again, like so many divisions I've already talked about, there's changes coming. Some might not be for the best. Some might be for the best. Hopefully, number 8 turns into something a little better next season. But I'll discuss number 8, like I said, in its own separate video. So that's another one of Trevs hockey shows. I want to thank you for tuning in. Don't think I don't appreciate the gesture, especially if you're at this point. That helps us both. So let's keep this momentum going. Give me a like since you're here. If you want, that red button that says subscribe all over it, hit that thing. Subscribe makes you feel good. And you get to stay up to date with everything I'm putting out. And as I said at the beginning yesterday, as I said at the beginning of the videos I've done today, if you hate content, you're going to hate me. Because I got more coming. But either way, in the meantime, and in between time, be looking for videos from Trev. Later.